Good evening, boys and girls. Welcome to Candy's Cozy Couch. My name is Candace, and my nickname is Candy. That's how I came up with that really generational name. At least I think it's pretty generational. All right, so maybe the story is more of a generational story, but we'll get to that very shortly. But first, I'm going to put my hands to work. It's time for the checklist. It's time for the checklist. It's time for the checklist. Just like this. Woo! Yes. That's my instrument of the night, the hands. Yes, the hands, okay? To get it started. So let's get off into this checklist now, shall we? Yes, we shall. All right. Did you have a good dinner tonight? Are you full and satisfied? I know I am. Check. Did you do your homework? I hope you did your homework. Make sure you do your homework. I don't care if it's Sunday night going to Monday. You got to do homework. Got to practice what you learn at school to get better. Check. Did you clean your room? Now, you can't be going to bed in a messy room, okay? Please, boys and girls, clean up your room. Check. Did you pick out your outfit for tomorrow? What clothes you're going to wear? So in case you want to sleep in just a smidge, and then you might have to rush a little bit to get yourself together. You at least want to have your clothes ready to just throw them on so you can go. Check. Got your night light intact. Make sure you got a night light. I don't want you bumping and crashing into stuff. You got to go to the bathroom at night now. Check. Did you brush your hair, comb your hair, wrap your hair? Tie up your hair, wear a hat. I got y'all see me playing with the ball. It went straight up. Oh, okay, it's on the other side. Whatever. Check. Oh, let's see. What else? Did you take your bath or your shower? Because you know you need a bath or a shower. So you're fresh and clean and your body's refreshed. It'll help you sleep better. Check. Did you put on your favorite PJs? And do you have your cuddle buddies? Because I do. Check. Did you brush your teeth? Are your teeth shiny and white and pearly and glistening and your breath is fresh? Check. Did you give your hugs, kisses, smooches, and I love yous to your family members and pets that live in the house? And if you had a sleepover or got a friend over, do it for your friends too. Check. Think. Make sure we're not missing anything. Did you say your prayers? If you forgot to say your prayers before the story, make sure you do it before you drift off into dreamland. Very important that we say our prayers. Check. All right, boys and girls, let's get down to it. I said generational. Well, it's because this story goes back a few generations, but it's still impactful to us till this day. And it's a story by Deborah Hopkinson and illustrated by Ron Husband. It is called Steamboat School, inspired by a true story. Steamboat School. Okay, we going to Steamboat School. Sometimes courage is just an ordinary boy. Okay, or girl. But in this story, it's a boy. Let me show you the inside cover page. Steamboat School. We are going to Steamboat School. Here we go. I always thought being brave was for grown-ups, heroes doing big, daring deeds. But Mama says that sometimes courage is just an ordinary boy like me doing a small thing as small as picking up a pencil. Ooh, yeah. How many of you guys are picking up pencils and crayons and markers and chalk? Huh? So, the candle school. Ooh. I might as well begin with the first morning when Mama made such a fuss over my going to school. Ouch! My face isn't a washboard, I cried. She kept scrubbing. James, this is a proud day, she said. Y'all see her combing her son's hair, washing his face, I should say. Truth was, Tassie had to drag me all the way. I wanted to stop and see everything. The steamboats dotting the river, their black smokestacks straight as pencils. The levee bustling with men loading and unloading sugarcane, cotton, wheat, and logs for the sawmill. River bells clanged, people shouted and scurried like ants. Well, let's see. You guys see it? Ooh, wee. One of my cover buttons just jumped off the couch. Let me pick him up. Get back up here, Moo Cow. Moo Cow trying to get away. There's a Moo Cow in this picture, as a matter of fact. All right. Hurry, urged Tassie. Reverend John doesn't hold with being late. At 3rd and Almond, we slipped into the church and headed down the basement steps into the darkness to the tallow candle school. Why can't we have windows? I whispered, already missing the sun. Hush, you know why, Tassie said, and I did. I felt a hand on my shoulder. Welcome to school, James, said Reverend John. We make our own light here. Yeah, because he heard that whole exchange between him and Tassie. And I imagine Tassie is his sister. In case you're wondering, who the heck is Tassie? Our teacher. I followed Tassie regular after that, though I couldn't get used to the darkness. But I liked when Reverend John read to us or told us his own story, how he was born a slave and worked in the Kentucky salt pepper caves to buy his own freedom, then earned enough to free his mother and father too. But before he could buy liberty for his wife, his master brought her here to St. Louis. Reverend John followed, walking hundreds of miles. I arrived with $3, he told us, but you had to pay $2 to cross the Mississippi, he chimed in. He laughed and held out his hands. All I needed was that $1 and my 2 hands to start again. Reverend John went to work as a barrel maker and carpenter. He earned enough to free his wife. Then he became the first leader of his church. He believed in hard work and learning. He believed in us too. That's cool. That's cool. Reverend John seemed like a really good guy. Bring it on back. Bring it on back. Awesome. All right, let's see what else we got going on here. All right, when the men came, and then one day, men came. They shouted, footsteps pounded, the door flew open. Reverend John stood up to meet them. This school is closed, the sheriff said. The state of Missouri has a new law. No reading or writing for you folks, slave or free. Uh-oh. See how they gonna do? They're gonna just make up a law saying that specifically black people at the time could not read or write. And they shut it down. Wow. The new law, 1847. Later, I asked Reverend John to write out the law on a scrap of paper. Be it enacted by the General Assembly of the State of Missouri as follows: no persons shall keep any school for the instruction of Negroes or mulattoes reading or writing in this state. Wow, that's some shady business. How dare they? This is what they did. This is real history, boys and girls. Real black history. These pages, right? Finding a way. That night, Tassie's tears glistened on her cheeks, as shiny as her needle in the lamplight. What will happen now? She asked. I thought of all those days. Tassie had dragged me to school. Now I felt as if a penny I counted on had fallen out of my pocket. Reverend John Barry Meacham cares more for education than any man in this city, Mama said. He is a force like the Mississippi River itself, and like the river, he'll find a way. I didn't see how, though. I took out my scrap of paper and read the law again. So now, the boy is really fixated on the law. He is really fixated on this law because he is just outdone by why would they do that? Like, what's the point? Huh? What is it? We waited, but no word came. At night, I made letters and numbers by candlelight. By day, I toted bundles of laundry for Mama and practiced reading signs, dry goods, horses to let, stable, barber, potatoes. I closed my eyes. Horses, horses, Horses. So he was reading. That's a good thing. He kept reading. He didn't stop trying to learn. He did not stop his education just because they said close down the school. Now that was brave. That was very brave on his part. One morning, my steps took me to the church. I thought of our books and slates in that dark room. Funny how something you don't care much about at first can end up becoming the most important part of you. The door opened and Reverend John stepped out. Hello, James. If you're done helping your mother today, come along with me. He led the way to the levee, to a bright new steamboat. She's a real beauty, I said. Did you build her, sir? For answer, he held up his two hands. I could use some help now, though, he said. Tassie and I helped every day after that, painting, hammering, and polishing the deck. What's inside? I asked one day. Hush, Tassie said. Don't you know? And I did. Every time his sister Tassie tell him, hush, he already knew the answer, but he just wanted to ask the question, huh? Meet at dawn. At last the little riverboat was done. Reverend John said it was time. I felt like a pot about to bubble over. Tassie and I carried Mama's bundles of laundry, like always, but this time we poked our heads into small houses and spoke softly to friends we met on the road. In 3 days' time, meet at dawn. Meet where the river bends. Be careful. So they had to keep a secret. They had to keep it quiet. They couldn't let everybody know. Because, some people don't know how to keep something under wraps. They tell all the business. So it was a little bit of a secret going on there. But it was a necessary secret. Normally I say don't keep secrets. But I think for their safety, they didn't have a choice. Dipping the oar. Let's see. The streets were dark when Tassie and I set out. He walked quickly by the levee. We walked quickly by the levee. Suddenly I turned a corner and bumped into a policeman. Uh-oh. Where are you two going? He growled. We're freemen, sir. Our mother's a laundress. I squeaked out. Tassie nodded. We're fetching 2 big bundles of laundry for her. He grunted and waved us on. We ran the rest of the way. My guy would have ran too, because that was scary on their part. They didn't think they were going to run into no police officer. Now, you see this? Ooh, wee. My goodness. In the gray fog, the river swelled. Let me make sure I didn't skip a page, first of all. Nope, I didn't. Okay. In the gray fog, the river smelled like mud. I pointed. There! He's over there. He climbed into the skiff. Our teacher dipped his oar into the stiff, deep water. But I don't see anything, someone whispered. Then a breeze lifted the fog a little, and we saw a boat anchored in the river. That's it, I breathed. That's our school. Okay, y'all see this? Y'all see that steamboat out there on that river? That's the school. That is the school. And my little cow just want to jump off. Cuddle Buddy's trying to get away. Get over here, mister. Excuse me, y'all, while I get these guys settled. They everywhere. Okay, here we go. Freedom School. New chairs and desks, a small library and books. I'm bringing my pole tomorrow, Tom cried. We can catch fish for lunch. Welcome to Freedom School, Reverend John told us when we'd settled on the benches. But, sir, what about the law? Mary asked. James knows about the law, said Reverend John. Can you tell them? I stood as tall as I could. The law says we can't be taught in the state of Missouri, but we're in the middle of the Mississippi River now. The river doesn't belong to just one state. It belongs to the whole country. The law against learning can't reach us here. Reverend John smiled. Then he laughed out loud, and we laughed too. Now let's get to work, children, he said. The sun's up, and it was. Right, because remember, they snuck out in the wee hours of the morning when it was still dark. By the time they got settled in on that steamboat, the sun was up. Being brave. I've written it out like Mama's asked, but I don't think I'll ever forget, for I've made up my mind to go to school till I'm old enough to row the other children out and teach the little ones to read. I won't forget, because now I know that being brave can sometimes be a small thing, like lighting a candle, opening a book, or dipping an oar into still deep water. And that, boys and girls, is the end of the story. Excellent, excellent. Steamboat School. Fantastic. All right, boys and girls, a little something to think about, huh? Back in the day, Reverend John Meacham was tricky and sly enough to get around one of those mean, segregational, oppressive laws that was trying to stop black boys and girls, men and women, from getting education. All right, so now we know. And knowing is half the battle, right? So now it's time to dream your special dream. Maybe in your special dream, you do something really brave, like pick up a pencil, crayon, marker, chalk, paintbrush, under candlelight, under regular light, in the dark, with a flashlight. It's all up to you. Simply close your eyes. Whisper to yourself what you would like to dream about. Make sure you're snug as a bug in a rug, all comfy and cozy with your cuddle buddies and your favorite PJs, in a safe place, your own bed at your own home, perhaps, with no worries and no cares in the world. Allow yourself to drift off into dreamland so that you can dream your special dream. And I'm going to get out of your way as usual because I got to dream my dream too. So, boys and girls, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.